So we're going to be talking about why it's important to get pre-approved for a loan before we start shopping for your next home. Hey guys, so Michelle and Jen here with Cherry Point Real Estate. We are actually in Newport, North Carolina. We are at one of my absolute favorite local spots called the Bern. It's off of South Glen-Burnie Road. The Bern, so clever. It's a small little bar. It is adults only, but they have, hands down, in my opinion, the best burgers in the entire area of New Bern. But stay tuned. Probably next week we're going to be doing a business spotlight, and we're going to be here. So you're going to want to come back for that. What is one of the best reasons that you have encountered for buyers to get pre-approved? So, okay, also this is assuming that you don't have like a stack of cash under your mattress that you're going to be using, right?
Yeah,
there's people that have this. You're not going to be paying cash for a home, right? So you are going to be utilizing some sort of financing. So let's start with that. You're not paying cash for this home, you are financing. Now we're rolling into the pre-approval process and what that looks like. But yeah, I mean, I've had a ton of people that just have no idea why they should get pre-approved. But what's your top reason to do it?
To know your budget and what you qualify for.
Yeah.
I'd say that's most important. You don't want to go start looking for a house and then be disappointed when you are looking at a $300,000 house and you're only qualified for $200,000 or $250,000.
Seriously, oh my God, that is so true. I've actually had that happen. I've had that happen. It is terrible. And on the flip side of that too, though, is that you are looking at homes that are below your budget because you're assuming that you're not going to qualify. All right, you know what? Hold on. So, bring that back with it. So let's say you're looking at homes that you're not assured that you're pretty sure you can afford this section of home, right? Let's look $200,000. Okay, let's go with $200,000. You're looking at $200,000 homes because you're convinced that's all that you can afford. When you get your qualification back, you might qualify for more than that. Now, whether that fits into your monthly budget or not, that is completely up to you. Spicy cheese curds, highly recommend. So another reason to get pre-approved before you start home buying. So let's say we walk into a house and you're like, this is the one that we want. We want this house. Seriously, we've had people you follow you know when you want a house as soon as you walk in. I will stand by that. I will die on that hill as a realtor and as a human. You know your house. That is your house. You know it. I mean, so you guys recently bought your house last year, right? And right away. Right away, you're like,
right away.
My house.
Yeah.
So you tell me as your agent, you're like, oh my God, I want this house. We're submitting an offer, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Okay, that's great. But when I submit your offer, even if it's a really strong offer, if it doesn't have a pre-approval letter with it, the seller is not going to take it seriously because how are they supposed to know that you're able to back up what you're offering? It's, that's a shot in the dark, and that's a risk that 99.9% of sellers are not willing to take.
And one other thing is that you already have a working relationship with the lender.
Yeah, I mean, that's really important because once you start working with a lender and you get the pre-approval process started, that puts you that much closer to closing. So instead of having to start at the very beginning and even finding a lender, that means that that big chunk of, well, who am I going to go with and how does this go down? You're getting the documents in, we're ready to go with an offer. And then that way you're closing, the transaction time frame is that much shorter. So you're not having to wrangle all of that early on. So normally we're looking at 30-day closings for the most part from most lenders. Some can do it a little under, some take a little bit longer depending on, loan and also how quick you can get the documents in. But if we're having to add a pre-approval process to the very beginning, it's just going to stretch the whole thing out. And when you're already stressed about buying a home, adding more time
is even more stressful.
Yeah, it's even more stressful.
So instead of 30 days or 25 days to close, you could be up to 40 days or even 60 days.
Yeah, because if there's anything on your credit or if there's any extra documents that they're requiring for your pre-approval, in order to get that even qualified, and you're having to track all that down, you're just adding more time to it. So having that in hand and having that working relationship already established means that process is going to be way more streamlined. Thanks for tuning in, guys. We will see you later.